I'm here with another 2007 Land Rover Range Rover L322, and the key won't turn. You put the key in, you start it, you drive it, you stop it, you pull the key out, you put the key back in, you're not turning the key. Let's dig into this a little bit deeper and figure out, can we fix it with some lubrication or a little module that I purchased from out of the country? Let's go. So if you follow this channel, you know I have a lot of different Land Rovers. And on the Land Rover L322, specifically the 07 to 09s, you put the key in, it won't turn. The wheels, however, will turn. So your steering wheel is turning, but it's not letting you turn the key. I have a bypass hooked up on this where I can reset the fuse and it lets me start it. You could pull the negative battery terminal. I have videos on all of that. The links are in the description. But today I'm going to walk you through again, trying to remedy this issue by lubricating and unsticking, or with a little adapter that I purchased from a company out of the country that might resolve this issue. So the first thing you're going to want to do is put the steering column all the way down, because you're going to want to get in here and we're going to be removing this top cover and this bottom cover, and you can push this little item back here, and there's 3 torque screws, 1, 2, 3, that you're going to need to loosen up, drop, which I'll show you, all to begin to fix my key won't turn. Okay, so under the column here, this is going to be a T25, the middle one is going to be a T20, and the back one is going to be I believe a T25 as well. So I have my T20 right here. You're going to need it on a long extension because this is a long hole to get up in there. Actually, it's a let me check here. Yeah, my bad. It's going to be a T20, then a T25, then a T20. So the middle one is a T25, the front and back one are a T20. You can, like I say, just use your fingers and out it comes. That is the T25, I think. Or the T20, sorry, T20, T25, T20. So put that up in the front, and then we have one here in the back that we need to do, but I'm gonna go ahead and just do the center one, which is the T25, and then we have the back one out as well, and this would just slide right out like so. So we have these pieces completely removed. Let me show you what it looks like. So this is what it's going to look like. You might have a metal plate in here, but you can see when you turn the steering wheel how that moves. That's what we want to lubricate. We want to put a lot of WD-40 in there and just keep cranking it left and right, left and right. If there's a metal plate in here, you can just put your Phillips head screwdriver in and pop it up and pop the plate out. This is what that little plate would look like that's covered in here. You just pop it out. You can bend it back out to put it back in if you choose. All right, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take some WD-40 and I'm going to put it right in there. And I'm going to take the steering wheel and I'm going to turn it. And you can be pretty, you can use a decent amount in here. You see I have a nice steady stream going in. I think I got the wheels cut all the way, so I'm going to cut them back the other way. Since I do have the bypass installed, I'm going to go ahead and emulate pulling that fuse 17. I'll pop up on the video what you can do as a temporary fix. But this is basically just going to allow me to turn it, and then that should actuate it and hopefully get that lubrication in there. All right. So I've started it. Now, if you don't have the reset, just go ahead and just disconnect the negative on your battery, or do whatever you've been doing to get it started. I'm going to go ahead and put some more WD-40 in here with it running, because it's a lot easier to turn. Now, I don't think this is going to fix it right away, but we're gonna see what happens. All right, so keys out. And then we're going to go ahead and put this back in. Yeah, it's the same. It's the same thing. Same thing. So that the lubrication did not seem to fix it. Now, I'll tell you, there's another little thing you can do. You can take this mallet and you can put right underneath and give it a little bit of a whack. I swear I'm not losing my mind. This sometimes will help unstick it as well. No dice. So the lubrication does not seem to have done the trick, my friends. On my other L322, you actually have to hit it sometimes. So no dice on the lubrication, but that's okay. I have a plan B. So my plan B is this little guy. I bought this 5 years ago as a backup for my 2007 Stowaway Gray L322. It's a company based in Turkey, and it's called a Gold Key electronic tech company steering lock simulator. So goldcarkeys.com. I paid $80 US for this shipped, and this is going to emulate it, I think. I'm not quite sure, but I want to give it a shot. If this doesn't work, there's another thing you can do, but I'm kind of hoping this works, and then I can just have people buy this, and easy peasy. So the little emulator right here is supposed to plug in to this guy right here, and then presumably I guess I can tuck it back up in here so I can actually shut things in. But it should plug right into that. So let's get that unplugged. Now, I've never unplugged one of these, but we're going to give it a go and see without hopefully breaking anything, right? I'm trying to just figure out how these this tab works. Okay, so it kind of just, this gray thing like pops back and then bends down, basically. But it's very brittle plastic, so be very careful, because it seems like mine's actually cracked when I did that. But now I have it out now, and then technically it's just supposed to plug into this device now. So let's see if that works. All right, so it seems as though this gold key isn't doing anything. I've pulled the negative on the battery, I've plugged it in, I've removed it, I plugged it back in. Oh my goodness. I did not have this thing plugged in all the way. I got the light now. It's lighting up. This emulator is working, guys. Just like that. Bada bing. Boom. Let's take the key out. Key is out. It turns red. Key goes in. It's fixed. Golly, this makes me happy. Don't ever give up. I knew there had to be a light in there, and I was trying to figure out why it wouldn't light up. Because stupid me didn't have it clasped all the way in. Look at that. So that fixed it. The emulator fixed it. You can see it's turning red there. I can take my key, I can put in, it turns green, and away I go. I can start it. Take the key out, it turns red, and I'm gonna go ahead and get this tucked back up in here, and we'll get this thing all buttoned back up. All right, so what I wanna do is just get this thing tucked up somewhere, and I think it would just go right where it used to be. Or I could even put it in this little notch right there, which probably makes more sense, a little bit more room. So I'm just gonna take this and I'm just gonna feed it right here. It looks like it would just sit very easy. I should probably take it under this wire, actually. So we'll just go right up under this wire. Cut this heat off. We'll just go right up under this wire. Like so. And I'm just gonna let it sit right there. I mean, it seems like that's plenty of room for it. And it seems like it won't impede the steering column because it's sitting underneath the section that I oiled. So I can basically just take this top piece, I can just keep that sitting in there, and I can just lay this right over top like so. So that's how that's gonna sit. Easy enough. It pops right on, and you can see the green light is up there. I like it sitting there. So there's just plenty of space for it. And then I'll put the bottom piece back. So generally that top one will kind of click into the bottom one, but you gotta have the bottom one obviously secured for that to happen. So I have it nice and secured at this point. I don't want to over tighten it, but the bottom's secured. All right, now I have this all nice and tight. You can just pull this back up and it just will click. You hear it just clicking into place. And then we can test going up and test going up and test going down. All is good. So everything is assembled perfectly. So the good news is, from a key standpoint, you can take your key and you can basically start it up with that bypass, no issues. This is amazing, guys. Absolutely amazing. Out, back in, and the key turns. There it is. There it is. Links in the description if you want to buy this specific little gold key device. I'm also going to give some links to some other ones that I believe will work as well. What can I say, man? I mean, this is easier than probably hooking it up to a light. I would definitely try the lubrication like I showed, because that might unstick it. For whatever reason, I actually tried that 2 times on this one. You might notice I tried it on another video, and it didn't work. For my other L322, the WD-40 trick worked. For this one, it didn't. but this absolutely worked. Stay tuned for the next episode, which should be episode number 3 actually, where we're going to try to fix that tailgate. And episode 4, we're going to attempt to fix the Bluetooth module, which means we've made like a huge dent in this, and we're keeping this Land Rover on the road.